I mean, he would have an impact on a lot of teams, including ours. He wasn't trying to, you know.
That's the compliment.
It wasn't like a backhanded compliment. He said this kid is legit. He could play for anybody in the country right now.
That comes from Bill Self. Watch the trap, and he goes to the middle. Now, if he turns around on the weak side, he's got some. But Colorado doing a great job matching up with the shooters. Rafi Mantilla.
That's a double dribble.
Yeah. You know, this is the third point guard that James Jones has used. Here comes Michael Grace. He's the second. He's a backup point guard. And then you've got Porter Braswell, who's the starting point guard. So not often that you see 3 point guards in the first 15 minutes of the game. James Jones not afraid to use his bench at all.
Yale was up 18-8, a 7-0 run for Colorado. Yale's been stuck on 18 for a while. Dwight Thorne gives it up.
It's because of the turnovers. Yale's turned the ball over. They haven't gotten a decent shot off, and credit Colorado's defense.
Well, the first thing for James Jones that goes up on the grease board at halftime is how to handle that 1-3-1 defense. Block inside again by Mangano.
The size inside the trees. Number 44, Mangano. And
well, Jones has gone back to this grouping that was very effective about 5-6 minutes ago, the 2 big men.
Well, it's an interesting chess match, Drew, because on the defensive end, it works. On the offensive end for Yale, it doesn't. So we're seeing a defensive battle tonight as opposed to most games we've seen have been offensive battles. I like what Yale is doing, keeping the big man in there. We're looking for the high-low in the matchup. Defense, Colorado matches up so well, and that requires so much communication.
Skip pass. 5 to shoot it.
Well, Michael Grace is open, and Michael.
And reaching on Corey Higgins.
Unfortunate with 4 seconds left on the shot clock. That's exactly what coaches cannot stand. You can see the frustration. 4 seconds on the shot clock. A little over the back, reaching, coming from behind. He got the ball, but he also got his forearm. Michael Grace having a hard time getting the ball inbounds.
He got it in finally to Mantilla.
Now, Rafi Mantilla, good 3-point shooter. Zampier, 3-point shooter. You see both post players, not a lot of motion, not a lot of movement.
And there's Higgins nearly with the steal.
The shot clock does not change. It's down to 16. Braswell pass that up.
That's the travel. 13 turnovers on Yale. They can't even get a look right now. Colorado has picked up the defense, and they've closed to within 3. 3:58 remaining in the opening half, and both defense has put a padlock on the hoop for Yale over the last 6+ minutes. Nate Tomlinson bringing it up.
Well, Colorado has had to turn to their defense. They're only shooting 31%. There's a turnover by the Buffs. They're shooting 31% tonight. This is a team that usually shoots 50%. So they've got to win the game tonight on their, or at least they've got to stay in the game right now on their defense.
And then another offensive rebound. And that shot was missed by Mantilla.
Looks like Shane Harris-Tonks got a piece of that.
What
Great
catch
hands
by Relford. Gorgeous hands by Relford. He lays it up. It's a 1-point game.
And Corey Higgins he tried to thread the needle, and he did. Much assist, a big assist there by Relford.
And then Higgins with the steal. That'll be a foul on Grace.
That's just transition. Defensive board. Shane Harris-Tonks blocked the shot. Ball goes out to Corey Higgins. How it got 2 blue jerseys, through 2 blue jerseys over the top. There's good communication between Corey Higgins and Marcus Relford, number 5.
Corey Higgins in the free throw line, shooting 2.
That's how Higgins can change the game. You know, he gets an assist, then turns around not 5 seconds later and gets a deflection, and then is fouled in transition.
There's a number of ways that he can affect the outcome of a game.
And
defensively, he'll go and get some rebounds for you. We saw the beautiful pass a moment ago.
That's what coaches are talking about when they tell him to turn it up a notch. He turns it up a notch, not just the offensive end, turns it up on the defensive end. Now he's on the point of that press. They're causing all kinds of problems, causing havoc for Porter Braswell up at the top. Remember, Braswell's only 5'11".
An 11-0 run for Colorado, and they have the lead 19-18.
There's There's a
3-second violation called. Nelson had one of those big boots in the lane. And Yale's just thoroughly frustrated. It's one thing if you're getting shots and they're not falling. They can't even get a shot off.
No, they can't. And what's happening when Braswell gets rid of the ball, I'll show you on the next possession.
Higgins to the hole, and the rebound pulled away by Mangano.
But I like Higgins' aggressiveness coming out of the timeout. The tempo is much more Colorado's tempo.
Here's Mangano for three, tapped at and tapped in by Mantilla.
Mantilla skied for that one.
Mantilla, whose grandfather, former Boston Red Sox Felix Mantilla, who was an all-star with the Red Sox, an outstanding big league career.
Mantilla comes from along the baseline. Mangano 44 takes the outside shot, and Mantilla slides along the baseline for the tap in. A good hustle play.
That ended almost an 8-minute drought. 7:57 on the clock between points for Yale. But they lead 20-19. How often can you say that? Well, we went 8 minutes without scoring. We still led.
Just as I'll maintain, this is a defensive battle. You've got a 2019 ball game with 2 minutes left in the first half, and this is what I was talking about earlier. Vizdelik his team has shot over 50%. They've been very efficient on the offensive end in most of their home games. This one, they've got to stay in the game right now, and not yet let Yale run away with it with their defense, because offensively they're not finding the shots that they did a month ago, or at least even a week ago.
Yeah. Tied at 20. Mangano, excuse me, and Nelson down low, and it's Mangano with another rebound. Here's a quick three.
You don't see that very often by Yale.
No, but you understand it a little bit, because in the half-court offense, they haven't been able to get anything done. Strong drive by Relford, and it's 22-20 Colorado.
James Jones is not happy. One of the things he said last night in practice is force outside shots. Do not let them get by you, and that's exactly what Relford did as soon as he got the ball. Went right by the defense.
Finally, an open look for the leading scorer, Zampier, who still has a donut.
There's an open shot.
Mantilla, and he cashes that.
Yeah, Mantilla, that's a good look. You can't give the shooters two, and there's the offensive boards. Once again, the Achilles heel for Colorado. Has 22 rebounds for the Buffs.
Who's sneaker to go off of? It's off of Braswell, so it'll stay with Colorado. Yale on top, 23-22. Here's a good look at Stroke. You said he could shoot it.
Well, Zampier misses, and it's the offensive rebound. 32 does a nice job looking all the way to the weak side elbow. Braswell finds Mantilla. Feeder set, wide open. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Higgins for three. Corey's shot looks a little flat tonight, doesn't it, Seal?
Yeah, he's a little inconsistent. He's been a model of consistency all year, but he's been inconsistent tonight.
2 of 7 from the floor. That's not characteristic of Higgins.
And once again, Alec Burks gets a hand on it.
And look at the body control. And one. He dumped it before Mangano could get there.
I tell you what, talk about the perfect set. Watch in transition, Corey Higgins up ahead, and Burks is the scorer. He smells it. Higgins out quick release, and there's no stopping him right there. But what a perfect strategy, really, to put him on the top of a 1-3-1 when he sets up defensively pretty much at the circle.
And he has the arms. He's 6'5", 6'6". Burks has the arms of a guy 6'8", 6'9". Red Anderson is on the floor now for Yale. He's the 12th Bulldog to play in the first half for James Jones. There is Higgins, nearly causing another turnover.
Yeah, if we kept track of turnovers and deflections, we'd be close to 30.
Yep.
Number 11, number 10 for Colorado, they get a hand on everything.
Inside a minute to play in the first half, 25-23 Colorado.
It's not often either that you see a Big 12 team stay in a 1-3-1 for an entire game. A lot of times teams figure them out, and that's where you're vulnerable.